Follow the path of your money and your time and trace the trail of your energy and your activities. And the path of your affections and activities will lead you to the throne of what you worship. Who and what we worship shapes us, and it determines our behavior. Every nation, every generation, every people, they all worship or value something. Whether musicians or mechanics, whether they're preachers or politicians, everybody worships. Now let me ask you a question. It's real important. Here it is. Is the worship of God a priority with you?
The first picture presented in the book of Genesis is among the most provocative in human history. In the beginning, God. Here, mankind is confronted with a maker, a superintelligence portrayed throughout the Holy Scripture as personal and knowable through our acts of worship. No matter who we are, no matter where we are, each of us is being summoned, invited to walk in the presence of our Maker, in step with His will and His guidance. And when the rhythm of our lives beats with the pulse of God's heart, we enter that mysterious realm of worship.
Join well-known worship leader and teacher Lamar Boschman as he takes you on a 12-part exploration into the mysteries of worship.
Have you ever thought about who God is? Have you ever wondered what God is like? Can you describe His personality and His character? Sometimes we don't get past the songs or the forms of our worship to the object of our worship. And let His greatness and His grandeur take our breath away. You've probably heard people try to describe worship. You get all kinds of definitions. But usually there's something missing. You know, worship teams, when they prepare for worship, what do? They go and practice music, right? Now, is music internal or external? It's external. Is it natural or spiritual? It's natural. So they're preparing for the spiritual activity called worship by practicing natural stuff. Something's wrong with that. So they're not preparing for worship, they're preparing for art. They're preparing for a program, a liturgy, a form. What if we built a papier-mâché microphone and hung it over the congregation? I heard of a church doing this once. And so when the people come in to service, the ushers lower the papier-mâché microphone. Can you imagine everybody in your congregation go, and everybody's whispering like somebody's gonna hear us like it's a real mic? Well, it's a reminder that God's listening at all our hearts. He's not sitting back at the PA board listening to the worship team. I don't think so. He's listening to all God's people. All of His people sing to Him.
Ideal for small group studies, church studies, worship team devotions, and sermon aids. Pulse consists of 12 DVDs and a study guide. It is the perfect resource for deepening your understanding of worship at home, in your small group, and with your church.
In the final analysis, when all of our tests are in, and God looks into our hearts, what will it look like? What will your worship look like?
Discover why God wired you to worship. Pulse, your rhythm, God's heart.